Critical thinking is identifying and responding to needs based upon an understanding of situational context and logical analysis of relevant information. So there are a few things you can do. The first thing, and I think one of the most important things, is to practice analyzing and questioning information, right? So in my job, there's a lot of information coming to me at any moment in time. What I have to do to be successful, I have to take that information, I have to synthesize that information, and so I can figure out what's relevant and what isn't and respond to that. The way that I engage in reflective practices, honestly, I'm a bit of an introvert myself. I like to sit alone in the dark, right? I like to do that. It's not for everybody, but it allows me some time to think about what went right, what went wrong, what are some things I can do better. Did the dashboard look great? Did it not look great, right? What were some of the questions that were asked of me from my team members, from the higher ups? How did I answer those questions in the moment? And then if I could go back, how would I answer that question? Yeah, communication is the most important thing because it allows you to get your ideas across, and it also allows you to come up with questions to ask, whether that be to your team member, your senior supervisor, the president of the company, the CEO. The ability to communicate is going to do a couple things. It's going to let you do your job better, and it's also going to help you stand out in a crowd. So prioritizing your needs and your actions is very important. It's going to allow you to get the job that you're being tasked with done, right? You don't want to spend all day looking at apples fall out of a tree or something like this, get sidetracked, right? Instead of doing your job. The way you can do that is by prioritizing. I like to write things down, the things that I need to do in order from how difficult they are to least difficult. Start with the most difficult thing. Then you've got some time to do things that are a little bit less difficult, and that'll help you kind of make that transition from working really hard, being really hectic, to kind of taking a little step back and focusing on some things that you can do a little bit easier. So when I complete a project, I like to meet with my manager first and foremost to discuss some areas that maybe were asked during the presentation. I give a lot of presentations when I'm at work on some of the work that I created. That stuff's online, but I'm giving presentations in person to talk people through what I've created, right? So after that's over, I meet with my manager. I may sit in the dark, but you never know, and reflect on that information, reflect on the meeting, what happened, what were some of the questions, how did I answer those questions, can I be better the next time?
So, when you're starting out in a new work environment, how do you decipher relevant information to prioritize tasks?
Yeah, so one of the best things about starting out in a new work environment is that you're going to get a list of objectives from your manager right when you first start, right? They're going to say, "Hey, we want to do this during the year. We want to make sure that we focus on these things. We want to make sure we focus on that on those things over here and over there," right? So what you want to do is you want to remain focused on those objectives.
In terms of going forward from those objectives, how important is it to get regular feedback from your supervisor about that North Pole, the direction that you're supposed to be heading?
Yeah, feedback is the most important thing I think when you're chasing those objectives, because if you do something and you're practicing it the wrong way, when it's time to play, for example, when it's time to catch the ball or time to score the goal, you might miss the target, even though you've been practicing every single day, right? But you haven't been doing it in a way that's going to be fruitful, in a way that's going to be that's going to serve your goals at the end. So bringing that feedback in from people who are more experienced than you, from people who are setting those goals for you, they know what those goals look like, they know what the end product should look like. Receiving that feedback, being open to feedback, that's going to help you be better. And at the end of the day, you want to make as much money as you can. You want to be the CEO. You got to follow the rules, right? So those rules will be reinforced by the feedback, and the feedback is going to help you be better.
It's interesting. You say reinforce. It reminds me that a learning culture is something that you need to adapt from the company because you need to always be open to learning and adapting.
Yeah, yeah. Nobody knows everything, right? Not even the CEO of the company who we just mentioned. The CEO's got the CFO, got the COO. They've got a lot of executives helping them out to manage the company from day to day if you have that sort of structure in your company. So that's just kind of proof in and of itself that nobody knows everything, right? But you want to know everything. I would hope so. You want to remain curious, and I think that's one of the main tenets of being a critical thinker, right? Remaining curious. So that's going to help you in the future.
Participate in our giveaway. We would love to hear from you, our students. Click the link below to share how you plan to apply the skills you've learned from the video. Submit your response through the link, and each week, 4 students will be selected to receive a UT Dallas t-shirt valued at $25. The link will remain open until May 6, 2025. Thank you for watching. As you're thinking about the next steps in designing your life and career path, consider making an appointment with a career advisor in the University Career Center by visiting the University Career Center website. You may also explore career readiness best practices by visiting the National Association of Colleges and Employers, or NACE website. While we know most career paths are not linear, the University Career Center is here to help you build resilience, embrace uncertainty, and develop a multi-pronged plan that will help you achieve your life and career goals. Through thoughtful consideration and planning, we know life's journey will take you exactly where you need to be. Cheers. Thank you to our sponsors, Blackstone Launchpad.